What's up, guys? Welcome back to the second day of workouts. Today what we'll be focusing on is upper body HIIT. Now HIIT stands for high intensity interval training. So today is going to be a lot of circuits, a lot of fast-paced moving with little rest time. So a little disclaimer, just so you know, everything that you're doing is voluntary. I will give you guys progressions and regressions, so make sure that you stay at your own pace where you feel comfortable. You do not have to keep up with me, or you can even progress further than me. Best thing that I want you guys to focus on is yourselves and making sure that you're staying safe during these workouts. Now let's get on to that warm-up. Alright, so for today's warm-up, we're going to be focusing on that upper body and getting everything primed and prepped so we can get into this workout nice and hard. So similar to that first day, we're going to be focusing on 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. This will give you enough time to rest in between, but it's also going to push us during those 30 seconds. If you haven't heard the timer yet, we'll kind of get a gauge of what the timer is going to sound like during the workout, as well as help you gauge the time. It'll give you a halfway mark, it'll give you a 10-second countdown, a 3-second countdown, and then it'll also give you that rest time. So it's a good gauge to help us throughout the workout. So we're first going to start with that cat-cow. So as we go down, let me get that timer set up. Similar to what we had before, you're going to be on those hands and knees. You're focusing on bringing that belly button all the way down to the floor and pushing it all the way back up. Belly button down and belly button back up. Really focusing on trying to open up that back and stretch out that core. Right? Here we go. We got 10 seconds on the clock. In 5 seconds, let's get set in that position. 3, 2, 1, begin. So relaxing that belly button down, pushing it back up. Belly button comes down and push back up. Each time we're trying to breathe, let ourselves lay down a little bit longer. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax. All right, so for that next movement, what we're going to be doing is arm circles. So let's stand up on those feet. Big thing about arm circles is we're just going to try to keep our arms parallel with the ground. So your big thing here is just nice and controlled arm circles, okay? We don't want to be super uncontrolled and try to bring our arms out all the way. Big thing here is nice and controlled. We'll do 15 seconds one way, 15 seconds the other way. All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, arm circles, one direction. Nice and controlled. If this feels too easy, you can definitely widen up that circle just a little bit, but not too much where you're not having that control. All right, let's switch directions. Like I said, keep it nice and controlled, chest up nice and tall. And relax. All right, for this next one, we're going to be doing something kind of similar with the parallel. We're going to be doing front and lateral raises. So what this means is we're going to take our arms, we're going to reach them out in front. They're going to stop at parallel, back down to the side, and out laterally. Okay, so we're going to bring them forward, down, out to the side, down. Each time we're trying to keep it at parallel and we're not trying to reach it all the way up. Okay, here we go. Front, lateral raises. Up and out. Up and out. We should already start to feel this in those shoulders. Everything's getting nice and warm. Halfway mark. Almost there. 5 seconds. Alright, this is your rest time. We've got one last warm-up for today. We're going to be doing a push-up plank hold. So, shoulders are going to be under those hands. Our hands are going to be under your shoulders. My apologies. Feet in a nice wide stance. All you're going to do, pull that belly button up to the sky, squeeze those glutes. Big thing here is try and make sure that back stays nice and flat all the way down. Alright, so let's get up on those hands and feet. 2, 1, and let's hold it. 30 seconds, 30 seconds. I know by the end you're probably going to be hurt Pull that belly button up, squeeze that core, make sure that back stays nice and flat. 3, 2, 1, relax. All right, let's get started with that workout. So before we begin, just a little bit of an idea of what the workout's gonna look like. So it's gonna be in a circuit style where it'll be 1A, 1B, and we'll do that for a certain amount of sets and reps. Then we'll do 2A, 2B, and then 3A, 3B, 4A, 4B. So there's only 4 rounds that we'll be doing today. Big thing about this is each one is going to incorporate a little bit different upper body muscles, so it's going to push ourselves nice and hard. So the first circuit that we're going to be doing is something called bear crawl taps and crab taps. So the bear crawl taps, similar, you think you're going to go down into that bear crawl. We're going to try to go into a downward dog. All you're going to do is you're going to bring your knees down, okay? They're just going to be coming off of the ground. And what we're going to do is we're going to tap out to the side. So we're going to tap, out with the leg, out with the other leg. Okay, so it's going to look like this. From the front, hips come up, knees sit down, out. Okay, each time we're trying to keep that back nice and flat. We're not trying to let ourselves rock back and forth, but keeping that core engaged the entire time. Okay, so the next one we're going to be doing is a crab tap. So the crab tap, similar, the only difference is we're going to be reversing it. So arms are going to come out, you're going to push your belly button up. This does not mean you have to bring your belly button all the way up. You can still have your hips bent just a little bit. You're going to tap out, and out. Okay? So it doesn't matter what sequence it is, but we'll be doing this for time. So we'll go 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. Okay? So this one is just kind of getting the body ramped up, and then we'll decrease that rest time as we go. So bear crawl taps and crab taps. 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. We'll be doing this for 6 rounds. Okay? So big thing about this one, guys, is just making sure that you stay consistent, finding that rhythm. Okay? So we're gonna do each movement 3 times. All right, let's get started. 10 seconds on the clock. Let's get started in that bear crawl tap. 3, 2, 1, and begin. Tap out, out, and back in. Finding that control each time. Stay nice and balanced. Nice job, guys. Almost there, almost there. 10 seconds. All right, now let's get set for those crab taps. So bring those arms back. This is your time to rest. Like I said, we'll be decreasing the amount of time in between each one. The main focus here is this is just getting us even more ready for when we get to those harder movements. Okay, we got 10 seconds left on the clock. Let's push those hips up to the sky and get set in 3, 2, 1, go. So this one's a little bit more difficult, keeping that core tight. These aren't crazy movements. You're just trying to find that control in the body. Halfway done already. And keep breathing.
Rest.
All right, and relax. Big thing about this one, guys, it doesn't matter if they're big movements. I just want you to keep moving. So those little bear crawl taps where you just reach out a few inches, that is perfectly fine. It's more about just keeping that body moving and finding that stability. So here we go, we got about 10 seconds left. 10 seconds, and then we're gonna get into round 2. Here we go, everyone up. And bear crawl taps, let's get it. Find that pace, find your rhythm, and keep moving. Everything in that upper half tries to stay as level as possible. Alright, and back down. Woo, shake out those arms a little bit. I know we're probably feeling it in those shoulders already. Alright. Here we go in 15 seconds. Big thing about this one, like I said before, just finding that pace and keep breathing. Because we're holding these movements, a lot of times we're going to want to hold our breath. Big thing to think about is just keep breathing. Here we go. 1, crab taps. Slight movements, try not to push too hard. Nice and controlled, halfway mark. You guys are doing a great job so far. And relax. Alright, this is our last round of each, so you're going to do one more round of bear crawls, one more round of crab taps, and then we're going to start ramping up that intensity. So we're going to get set. We got about 15 seconds left of that rest. So this was our first one. This was 1A and 1B. Alright, let's get set. 5 seconds. In 3, 2, 1, and begin. Nice and controlled steps. Finding that rhythm. Almost there. Guys, you're doing a fantastic job. Make sure you keep that breath up. All right, nice job, guys. Let's get down onto that bottom. This is your rest time. Shake out those arms if you need to. Got about 15 seconds left. Now for this next little bit, we're going to be focusing a little bit more on those shoulders, and then we're going to get down and to start doing some core. So get prepared for that. Here we go in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, push up. Good. Keep finding that pace. Something called a pike press and something called a boxer. So 2A is the pike press and 2B is the boxer. So for this pike press, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be in the position where you would be in a downward dog. Okay, so we're going down here. We're going to bring those feet in just slightly. Nice bent knees. Okay, these aren't going to be all the way down like we were with bear crawl. Just a soft bend in those knees. Okay, this is going to put you in a pike position in those hips, almost at a 90-degree angle. So we'll be here. Your goal is to have those hands nice and wide, just over those shoulders, and you're gonna bring your arms down and back up. Okay, we're gonna go down and back up. You do not need to touch your forehead to the ground. The main focus with this one is just feeling that push through those shoulders. It should almost feel like we're doing a shoulder press or something overhead with dumbbells or with a strict press, okay? So we're just using our body weight to help us resist as we push up. Okay, so for this next one, all you're gonna be doing is something called a boxer. So what the boxer basically means is we're gonna go side, side, up, up. So here, we're gonna get down nice and low. We're gonna do a step touch, side, side, up, up. So we're just crossing the body. Each time, side, up, up. You should feel that nice, tight core as we're doing this. We're not trying to turn around and use just our arms. We're trying to keep it nice and controlled all the way up. All right, so we'll be doing 30 seconds on, 20 seconds off this time. Okay, so main focus here is just making sure we stay nice and controlled in those high presses as well as that boxer and keeping the control as we twist. All right, so let's get 6 rounds going. 30 seconds on, 20 seconds off this time. All right, and here we go. 10 seconds. Let's get set for that high press. 2, 1, begin. And up. Just finding that rhythm. It's okay if you go slow. If you need to, you can go down on your hands and knees and just practice pushing up. Just try to rock onto those knees. Come back up. Give it a little bit more resistance. Alright. So kind of like I told you before, if there are regressions, if this is a little bit too difficult, try to go down on those knees, add a little bit less of that resistance from that body in that outward position. Alright, here we go. We got 5 seconds, then we're going to get straight into that boxer. 3, 2, 1, and begin. Out, out, up, up, out, out, up, up. Just keeping that core tight the entire time. Just thinking about keeping it controlled. Crossing the body each time. Almost there. Up. All right. This is your rest time. So kind of finishing off that last little statement, if it gets a little bit easier, you can bring your butt higher, bring those feet closer together. That's going to add more resistance when we do that high press. All right, let's get set. We got 5 seconds on the clock. 2, 1, begin. Try to stay up on those toes. Guys are doing a fantastic job. Halfway done. Almost there, guys.
Rest.
All right. Now let's get set, ready for that boxer. I'm already feeling it. If you guys need to, get a drink of water. Take this time to start feeling that breath and trying to bring that heart rate back down. Here we go. 2, 1, and let's begin. Cross, up, up. Just keeping it controlled each time. Main focus with this one is just keeping everything nice and consistent. Keeping that heart rate slightly elevated. And being consistent. Alright, nice job guys. This is that rest time, then we've got one more round, and like I always say, last set, best set, so really push yourself hard during this last little bit. We got 10 seconds on the clock, let's get set. Here we go. 2, 1. I'm going to do the regression for you again. If you need to, put those feet on the ground. Focus on just bringing that head down and pushing back up. Final control down. Good job. Once it gets a little bit easier, like I said, you can bring those knees up. Make it a little bit harder for you. Nice job, guys. Last little bit, that last set of boxers. Only got 10 seconds left. Then we're gonna get into that round 3. This is gonna be a little bit more focused on core. All right, 3, 2, 1, let's begin. Keeping it tall. And up. And out. Nice, nice, nice. Let's keep it up. Almost there. and up, out, out, up. All right, nice job. So for this next little bit, we're gonna be focusing on core and a little bit of stability. So here what we're gonna be doing is a high-low plank. So we're gonna start in that push-up position. We're gonna get start up. This is your high position. Then we're going low, up, and low. Okay, there's a lot of ways you can do this. If you want to, you can physically move your hands. You can keep your hands in the same spot and just go down and up. Or you can just stay in that up position the entire time. So if we're not comfortable moving up and down the entire time, I just want you to focus on keeping that contraction in the core. So if you do not feel comfortable going up and down, we'll just hold that push-up plank position. For everyone else, there's a few regressions and progressions. Here, like I said, the hardest one that you're gonna see is keeping those hands in the same spot and just lowering yourself all the way down and all the way back up. If you fully step, that's gonna be a little bit easier, okay? So we're gonna do this for 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. So the second part of this is cherry pickers. So all you're gonna do here, you're gonna start up tall, reach the opposite side, and bring it down, okay? So we're just trying to rotate the body, okay? So here, rotate, okay? You're just reaching across and trying to open up that lat as well as rotate the back, okay? So this, like I said, this is just for stabilization. This is just for a little bit of that trunk rotation. So like I said, we're only gonna do this for 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. All right, let's get this timer going. We got 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. All right, here we go. 6 rounds in total. Start with that high-low plank. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, and begin. Low and up. Low, up. Okay, like I said, the other two. You can keep pushing yourself here. Nice job, nice job. Let's get set for those cherry pickers. So all about rotating up, bringing down. Up, down, up, down. A little bit of trunk rotation in there. Side to side. All right, this is your rest time. So for this next one, I'm just gonna hold that push-up plank so you guys know what that looks like, similar to what we did in the beginning. All right, here we go. If you need to, just hold up that push-up plank position. Big thing here is nice wide feet. Hands are under those shoulders, keeping everything nice and controlled. And keep breathing. And relax. Okay, same thing, back with those cherry pickers. Just focus on the rotation over, rotation back. 2, 1, and up. Shoulder rotation over and back. Up and back. Almost there. And rotate. Up, rotate. All right, last little bit for that push-up. Remember, you can go in different variations, whatever you feel comfortable with. Just keep a steady pace and keep that core nice and tight. Almost there. Awesome. Last little bit of that cherry picker, and then we'll move on to that last little bit. 2, 1, and begin. Reach and rotate. Reach, rotate. All the way up. Rotate. Nice. Almost there, almost there. Alright, nice job guys. So for this last little bit, we're just gonna finish off with one more shoulder component, and then we're gonna finish off with a little bit of core. So what you're gonna be doing is you're gonna do shoulder taps, okay? So what this means is we're gonna go down into that push-up position, and we're just gonna tap those shoulders, okay? Big thing about this one, guys, we're gonna try to stay nice and balanced. We're not gonna try to rotate side to side. We're just gonna try to keep everything in line the entire time. Okay, and then that second component is a crunch. Now, for this, I'm gonna let you guys choose whatever you want. You can do a straight leg crunch, where your legs are all the way out in front. You can do crisscross crunches. You can do up into a 90-degree crunch, straight leg crunch, okay? Whatever you guys are feeling, you get to choose that last little bit of that component, okay? So, same thing as the last one. We're gonna do 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off for 6 rounds. So let's get set for those shoulder taps and get started. All right, let's get up in that push-up. In 3, 2, 1, shoulder taps. Keeping it nice and balanced. If you need to have a nice wide stance to feel the balance, move those feet out just a little bit. I want you to have that stable base, just halfway done. Nice and tight. All right, and that crunch variation, whichever one you want to do, perfectly fine.
Let's go.
Shoulder blades come all the way off the ground, all the way back down. Off the ground, and back down. Nice job, guys. And keep breathing.
Rest.
All right, 10 seconds straight into those shoulder taps again. 2, 1, and up. Keeping that nice and tight back. And keep breathing, keep breathing. All right, back onto that back. I'm going to do those straight leg crunches this time.
Let's go.
Shoulder blades come off and back down. Find that rhythm. Nice job. All right. Now that last round, staying nice and tight. Here we go.
Let's go.
And find that rhythm. Halfway done, halfway done. This is your last little bit. Alright, this time I'm going to do those upright leg crunches. And here we go. 2, 1 last little bit. You guys are doing a great job. Keep it up, keep it up. Nice job, you guys. Now let's get ready for that cool down. All right, guys, let's get started with that cool down. So what I want you guys to focus on is starting to get that heart rate back down to that resting state and keep breathing. So we're gonna breathe in, reaching all the way up, and lower yourselves down to the ground. And roll up, vertebrae by vertebrae, all the way back up until you're standing. And breathe in. And reach down. Roll up, vertebrae by vertebrae. And breathe in one And down. Up vertebrae by vertebrae. Alright, we're going to get into that straddle position, and we're going to reach to the right side. Like I said, this is your time to start relaxing. I want the heart rate to start to go down. With each breath, I want you to relax that muscle further and further. And get to the other side. Still feel that stretch in the back as you're reaching, stretching out the hamstring. Feel that lower back start to open up just slightly. While keeping those knees nice and straight. And down into the middle. So just stretch out that way. Breathe nice and slow. And relax. All right, let's sit down on our bottom. So we're going to take our right leg, cross it over, and we're going to hug up. Just focusing on breathing and letting go. Each breath, I want you to try to loosen up that muscle more and more. Keep breathing. And switch to the other side. Hold it straight up. Sit tight. And keep breathing. Should feel this chest on the outside of that glute, so make sure we're holding it nice and tight to that chest. And relax. Alright, we're going to take our right arm, we're going to pull it across our body. You're going to grab onto that tricep and help pull across. Try not to use your elbow to pull across, we're going to try to get all the way up by that tricep. And breathe. If you want to, you can sit crisscross for this. Anything here is just keeping your chest up nice and tall and feeling that stretch in the shoulders. And let's shake it out. Other side, pull on that tricep, cross the body. Start to open up that shoulder just a little bit, keeping the chest tall. And breathe. If you need to, look to the opposite arm. That helps you stretch it out. And keep breathing. Almost there. And relax. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take that right arm over, grab the elbow, and start to pull. You're going to feel the stretch running down the torso, stretching out the lat, stretching out your tricep. Keeping that chest up nice and tall. And breathe. Biggest thing is to make sure we keep that breath going. Try to get that heart rate back down. And switch sides. Left over. Pull on that tricep. Feel that stretch. Keep breathing each time. Try to lengthen it further and further. And relax. And for this last little bit, we're going to kneel down in a child's pose. We're going to reach our hands out in front. Sit back down on those heels and hold it. make sure we start to stretch out those arms. Let the heart rate go back down. Open everything up. Keep relaxing. Exhale. And relax. Awesome job today, guys. I hope to see you guys in the next workout.